it black, but I'm gonna keep it brief. Malcolm X was bisexual. Girl, you gotta ease him into it. Little Richard, the father of rock and roll, gay. The brains behind Dr. King's speeches and demonstrations, an openly gay black man, Bayard Rustin. Almost Thelma Knights, your founders, Sophia B. Packard and Harry Giles. Why am I throwing out all of these daggers? Because black people have a long-standing history of trying to erase the queerness out of black history. Where did this need for separation of the two come from? Respectability politics. Respectability politics is a set of beliefs that suggests that if you conform to the moral standards set by social norms, then you as a minority will be protected from a lot of the marginalization, discrimination, and exploitation that minority groups face. Where might sound a little loopy today, but respectability politics was born when free black people in the North came down to train the newly freed black people in the South how to assimilate into white culture. This meant adopting respectable gender roles, male-dominated households with women that don't work, wearing respectable clothes. Ooh, girl, you better cover up them ankles. Practicing respectable religion and therefore having a respectable sexuality. During the time, it seemed that adopting a white standard of living was the best way to remedy the dehumanization and facilitate the rehumanization of black people after slavery. However, respectability politics over time began to bleed into this idea that black men were emasculated and gay black men became a threat to that very idea. Now we're experiencing this further divide within black communities because we'd rather do one another harm because of sexual identities rather than unify based on what we all have in common. Well, you know, black issues are black issues for everybody black, but queer issues aren't really an issue for all black people. The intersectionality of blackness and queerness projects a racialized violence on queer people that nobody else in the world can understand. So absolutely, queerness is a race issue. I'm a Christian and I really just don't believe. I love them, but I just don't support. Are we not our brother's keeper? We can't go for the past 3 months talking about Black Lives Matter and not only be silent about the plethora of black trans women being murdered, but continuing to kick young black queer kids out of our home because we were ashamed of what they become. Or did you only mean that straight cisgendered Black Lives Matter? Well, you know, now's just not the time. We gotta fix the black problem before we fix all the little pieces to a puzzle. Interesting, because when you have a puzzle of say 200 pieces, do you just get to slap all the pieces on the board and put them all together? Or do you have to start with pieces that look alike and make sure they are fully put together and supported before they can come together and create a bigger picture? Is it Sunday? Because that was a